If I could sum up this review on the Bose 700, I would call these a bit disappointing. Let me tell you why. So when I first unboxed these headphones, I was filled with a sense of excitement that these would hold up to the Bose golden standard, perhaps even exceed them. The QC25s, while I had them, were amazing, and I'm actually thinking of sending these back and getting the QC35-2s instead. But this is just my rationale. You might have a different mindset, opinion, and requirements of what you want in a pair of headphones. Maybe it's the design or the extra long battery life. That's perfectly fine. So let me tell you about the headphones first, because that's what you came to see. Design-wise, I think these things are beautiful. They're sleeker and more modern than your typical headphones. And I'm not just talking about the headphones themselves. I love the case this comes with. It's slim and easily fits in any bag. Watch out for those greasy hands though, it has a knack for picking up fingerprints easily. We got a compartment that's very discreet for putting the wired 3.5 to 2.5mm cable, as well as the USB-C cable for charging. The flap is magnetic, so it's very secure when shut. The headphones fit right inside. That's if you haven't made any adjustments. Pulling the cups along the stainless steel frame will allow you to adjust for head size. However, they need to be readjusted to put back in the case. A nuisance for anyone who found the perfect fit, but don't want to readjust it every single time they gotta pack it up. Speaking of the headband, looking at it at a glance, it looks fine. It also has a pretty hefty flex to it. I feel like this could take a beating over time and still come out strong. The padding up top doesn't look as plush as the QC35 or 25s for that matter, but it's more than comfortable for a long period of time. Unfortunately, that's where comfort ends and fatigue starts to set in. My biggest disappointment with this pair was the ear fatigue. This one hit me hard because the QC25s were such a pleasure to use over long trips. I would barely even notice that they were on. With the Bose 700, my ears felt slightly fatigued over time. I would probably not use this on long plane rides, but that might just be my big ass ears. The finish on the headphones are not the best. I babied these from the day I got them, and I'm still seeing light scratch marks on the ear cups. Silver might not be the best color to choose as it's easily visible as well. Around the right ear cup of the headphones, we have a Bluetooth power button and a Bluetooth connection light. Under that, the Google Assistant Siri button, which can be mapped inside the app. On the bottom of the right cup is a power indicator light and a USB-C port for charging. The right cup also includes the touchpad that you can supposedly double tap to play/pause, swipe forward or back for next or previous track, swipe up and down for volume, and finally, press to hold for Mrs. Bose to tell you what battery level you're currently at. On the left cup, we have the noise cancellation button, which allows you to toggle between noise cancellation levels of 0, 5, and 10, and a 2.5mm port for the included wire. Both cups have noise cancellation mics surrounding them. I don't like the design of these buttons and touch controls one bit. Almost every time I pick them up or put them down, I accidentally press a button or activate a touch control. The amount of buttons and how easily they can be pressed was unnecessary or could be grouped into 2 buttons at the most. Not only that, they're placed along the edges of the ear cup and the touch controls are on the outer cup. So there's really no intuitive way of taking these off or putting them on without toggling something. I'll touch upon the touch control. I'll cover the touch controls in the performance section. Oh, what do you know? Let's talk about performance. The audio performance on these headphones are top notch. I've had no complaints in my usage with them, and both Bing and I have used it and are nothing but impressed with the quality. They don't sound muddy, have the right amount of bass, and I can hear instruments from songs that I never even noticed on other pairs of earbuds or headphones. That is living up to the Bose standard, and we give it 2 thumbs up. Noise cancellation is also on point, with now the ability to change the noise cancellation levels between a scale of 1 to 10. We set it to 10 and took it through the streets of downtown. We could barely hear the ambient traffic noise, and it felt like we were pretty much in our own world. That's exactly what we want when putting these things on. But when talking about these headphones, we need to mention the performance of the hardware as well. Touch controls are finicky. They sometimes work and they sometimes don't. When I keep the music paused for more than a couple minutes, I have to actually manually resume it on the iPhone as the double tap play gesture doesn't work. Keep in mind, you don't want to double tap too hard as the tapping sound is amplified and hurts your ears over time. Luckily, the touch control area is sensitive enough to register very light taps. However, you will find yourself tapping harder out of frustration when things don't work. which usually it doesn't. Now, I was using Google Assistant on my iPhone and playing my music through Google Play Music. This might have been part of the reason why things seem half-baked, but it begs the question, why is the functionality even there if it doesn't function reliably? I had it paired to my Android, and it seemed to have worked much more fluently than its iOS counterpart. But while we're on the topic of iOS and Android, let's talk about the app. It isn't anything to write home about. Okay, first, no EQ settings. What the heck is this app for anyway? So you can see the battery life. Yeah, that's boring. What else? You can see all the devices you have paired to the headphones and connect to them on the fly. That's pretty cool. And with the latest update, you can see Bose AR, which is an augmented reality spin on a lot of new Bose products. Then we have that noise cancellation slider at the bottom as well as the volume. You can change some of the settings, such as what the physical buttons do and what assistant you can use, but apart from that, there's really no EQ. I'm really hoping this comes out with a software update because that would make this app much more useful. The battery life on these things were pretty impressive. Bose claims up to 20 hours of battery life, and at a noise cancellation level of 10, we found that pretty accurate. I played music for about 3 hours a day, and it lasted me close to a full week without having to reach for a charger. The mic on the headphones are amazing as well. Calls were crystal clear when listening, and people on the other end could hear me without any issues. I blasted the music in a pretty open room, and the mic was not only able to separate both the ambient noise on my end, but also project the vocals of the person on the other end, making it super easy to hear them, and also giving me an awareness of my surroundings at the same time. But rather than talk about the 8 mics that surround the ear cups, some of which do the heavy lifting to isolate your voice, we talked in 2 different noisy locations and recorded it for your listening pleasure.
Hey, hold on. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay, sweet. Awesome. Yeah, I'm just trying out the Bose 700 headphones. I just want to see how the call quality is. How is it, like, in terms of clarity? Can you hear me?
Yeah, it's quite good. Are you playing any music in the background?
Not yet. I'm actually going to start playing some music right now. I'll put it at like half volume. Can you hear anything right now?
Nope.
It's playing an ad right now, so hold on one second. Okay. Can you hear me?
Yep.
Can you hear the music?
Very lightly. It's canceling it out pretty well. Try like as loud as you can, or keep going until I say so.
I'm playing it at full blast right now, and I'm coming closer to the speakers. But I mean, I can still hear you very clearly. And what the Bose actually does is it's separating the ambient noise around me and kind of projecting your voice, so I can hear you pretty clear. Just say something right now.
How far away are you from your speakers?
I'm pretty close to the speakers actually right now. And I can
like an inch, a foot?
I'm probably about a foot away from it.
Okay, that's not too bad. Yeah, I can barely hear it too.
Yeah, you can barely hear? Is my voice clear?
Your voice is really clear.
Sweet. Yeah, no, I'm impressed with these in terms of the mic quality. It's pretty sweet.
Yeah, it seems quite good.
Yeah, and it's also very windy outside too, so like there's wind blowing like right at my ear. So
nice.
Yeah. Okay, cool. Awesome. Thanks a lot, man.
Right. Yeah.
Well, take it easy.
Better.
Okay, bye.
Oh, and one thing to add here before I summarize, no replaceable battery. At least as far as I know. If you find something that says otherwise, let me know in the comments down below. But we're all aware of what happens to lithium ion over time. And just knowing that, I couldn't really justify spending that much money on a pair of headphones. Phones are already moving towards the disposable route. We ain't gonna let that happen to our accessories as well. At least not here. So, what do you think of the Bose 700 overall? To me, they just fall short of the expectations set by previous Bose headphones. Sound is good, but that's as far as you can go when really praising this device. Where it falls short is in comfort and design. And by design, I'm not talking about aesthetically, because aesthetically, it looks great to me. Just in terms of practicality, 2 major pillars that need to be considered when you're dropping almost $500 on this. That's a lot to pay for something that seems to demand sacrifices both left and right. What do you guys think about this? If you have it, or plan on getting it. If this is something you think you still want to get, just to have the latest from Bose, we wouldn't mind if you hit that affiliate link down below when you purchase. It just helps us bring better content to you guys. For the rest of you, we've put links down below for the QC25s and the 35s if you wanted to go with the tried, tested, and true. That's all from me, guys. I'm Jared the Tech Venger. Don't forget, when it comes to tech, the Tech Vengers are there. We got your back.